Welcome back, Redeemers, Army Redeemers especially. Ayom, Loibida.
Nick. Keith.
I'm Zach.
I'm Jarek.
And we are Redemption 46. Y'all know that though, even though y'all ain't subscribed. Hit the subscribe button, please. And for live performances, and what else?
In the suit from BTS.
And what else?
Oh, I like this.
Dance practice.
And what else?
Vlogs.
Oh, shit.
Everything.
Everything. Well done.
We got guides coming up too.
But yes, for all of that extra stuff that's just a little bit too much for YouTube, subscribe to our Patreon. Like, comment, subscribe while you're here. I had to repeat it. I had to say it twice just so it's nice. But this right here, Moving On, even though it says move right here, but Moving On by Pantansonia. I won't preface this too much because I don't want to like spoil however y'all think about this. I'll just say I was really anticipating doing this with you guys, and then we'll have a dope conversation afterwards. Let's go.
왠지 형이랑 나랑 맞추고 받고 했던 때 역시도 화장실도 베란다도 다 파란지 그때난 여기가 막 되게 넓은 집인 줄 알았지만 내 영망이 너무 컸어 그리나 뻔보이 단색 짓고 이제는 너무 좁아졌어 17평 아주 스생 고찍질이 시절 어디서 같은데 그래 우리도 꽤 많이 컸어 좋은 걸 언제나 다 남들의 몫이었고 불투명한 미래 걱정에 항상 몫이었고 너만 시사는 식소배 가서들 보며 몸매였고 했던 꾸지란 기억 잊지 말고 딱 넣어두자고 우리의 냄새가 나 여기서 이 향기 잊지 말자 우리가 어디든 울기도 웃기도 많이 했지만 모두 꽤나 아름다웠어 운현동 삼촌 고마웠어 이사가자 정들었던 이곳과는요 이사가자 이제는 더 높은 곳으로 우리 밤에서 마지막 짐을 들고 나가려다가 잠시 돌아본다 굵었던 시간들아 이제 안녕 3년의 삶 참 작고도 길었어 일들이 애껴 많은 추억의 기억이 막 떠오르고 내 떠날 때가 되니까 사용한 적도 like 동작 내어 credit card 조금 평순한 흔적 운전도 있어 Fight right here 치고받기로 몇번 그래서인지 공정 민정 사이가 쌓여서 먼지 마냥 이제 치워지겠지 처음보다 진도 늘고 처음보다 내 스스로 갇힌 것도 늘었어 이제 자부심은 딱 들고 더 큰 세상 큰 꿈은 나 바라보겠어 새 출발 새 시작 어떤 식으로 또 꾸겠지 기대되는 시간 지나와 위치 잡아 먼지 닦아 끝나고서는 수고했자 장난 하나 이사가자 정들었던 이곳과는요 이사가자 이제는 더 높은 곳으로 텅빈 방에서 마지막 짐을 들고 나가려다가 잠시 돌아본다 굵었던 시간들아 이제 안녕 난생 처음 엄마의 뱃속에서 나의 첫 이사 날에 세곤했어 희미한 기억 나의 이사의 대가는 엄마 심장의 기계와 광활한 흉터였어 잊혀지는 그 해결 대구의 숲처럼 내가 이 세상에 크게 재곤했어 상업적 이란 집으로 이사간 내게는 요바가지 또 다른 이름은 날 향한 손가락지요 이처럼 인사는 내게 참 많은 걸 남겼지 그게 좋던 싫던 내 삶 속에서 많은 걸 바꿨지 내 삶은 월세 나도 매달려 알아 내 자존심은 보증금다건 채 하루를 살아 그래서 다시 이사가려고 해 아이돌에서 한 단계 위로 꿈을 잡히려 해 이번 인생에서 너무 나를 언제까 말을 지르면 좋겠다 이사가자 정들었던 이곳과 난요 이사가자 이제는 더 높은 곳으로 텅빈 방에서 이제는 더 높은 곳으로 텅빈 방에서 마지막 짐을 들고 나가려다가 잠시 돌아본다 울고 웃던 시간들아 이젠 안녕
So let's move on.
No, man.
It was a struggle.
I
I
love
want to
this.
hear y'all first. I want to hear y'all first before I say anything.
I love this, man. I love this. Niggas sound hungry when this joint. I love this. This struggle music. This the joke. This give me early 2000 vibes. Sometimes they'll have a chick on the hook.
Yeah.
You know, you spit like, yo, back when we was in the slum, sugar, no one wanted us. We watched all these other groups eat in front of us.
You know how you
I gave you one more bar after that. I was going.
You how you said there was like a throwback song, even at the end, how he's talking at the end. That was just like, he had to spit his about, yeah, I did this for my family.
You know, and then,
Shout out
like,
to the
my
crew.
family. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to the
Everybody
people that
that's
narked on me to the council and I was hustling so I could
You
feed
know
my
what's funny?
kids.
Because I was going to say this reminds me of like a Ready to Die struggle beat, or it reminds me of like a 95 Roots.
Yeah.
Like, shout out to everybody getting back in soul, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I was gonna
that
say, like,
definitely
I was
works.
gonna say Tyler Quali or one of them two.
No, but
That's my shit.
But it's the same type of rapper.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hey, it's got to be your man how technical quality that make you rock your body. That's what I'm saying.
It's like spoken rap
Mm-hmm.
in that kind of aspect. That was,
Well, since we having more of a conversation right now as opposed to like spills and stuff, I think because this is from Hwayoung Yongwa, and one of the reasons why I say that's my favorite album. When we did the I Need You, and well, I wasn't here for I Need You, but then I came back. We did Run, and we were jumping into that project. We had done what Dope, Save Me, Fire, all of that already. And then fucking, you know, when you put stuff on YouTube, like it shuffles. Like if you put like an album joint or whatever like that.
I kept hearing this on Rise and a couple other joints.
I put this on. I put Run on, I think, or one of Runner I Need You on, and it like came up. I don't know what the fuck is that? I thought that was like music in the middle because of the beat. I'm like, oh, this ain't no BTS shit. Then I heard, hey yo, Sugar, some y'all just want to throw this out the kill gat. I was like, hold up, whoa.
Sugar, get the gat. These niggas think we.
He's basically saying, yo, Sugar, remember 3 years ago, these trainees in that apartment and everything like that. So like you said, that
This
struggle
apartment
rap.
smelt like us.
Bro.
They sound like Dickie talking to
Yeah.
me. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
3 days straight on that corner.
I know.
Doing big hits for real.
Yeah.
Nah, bro. But as far as lyrically, I think like this is very much on the nose with the song. Like, you know what I mean, the metaphor. Actually, it's not even a metaphor. They just recount memories.
Yeah.
Of going back and telling how they felt at the time, what they were going through at the time, and just being able to move on and using metaphor, using move on as like just whether it's going up in life or whether it's moving out of where you were. Like I think Sugar said, I'm tired. When do I have to stop moving?
Yeah.
And it sounds like he's kind of like upset, but and I always relate this back to Sugar because we have the songs like Shadow, and even Willian. He kind of just spoke like he's not tired of the fame, but at some point it does get exhausting for him. And he seems like I'm just ready to get to that point where I could just stay where I'm at and not have to keep moving. Which is never, because even when you're at the top of your game, at some point you're coming down.
I was about to say this is, and the thing is with this is at 2015 when like the some money started coming in. This is before the Phenom stage, before they even really like went global and everything. So imagine you felt like that just in year 3 or technically year 2 of your debut. But this is year 3 of y'all having lived together after the group was like, all right, it's gonna be y'all 7 and everything like that. And like I said, this is the one with Runch, bro. He's a perfect MC in every single category. And I was waiting, because at the time we hadn't really gotten into some of his like storytelling stuff and everything. It was more so like performance. And we all know, well, if you rap purist or you know about like some of the things that people count for MCs, storytelling is a real big one.
Used to be almost one of the first.
Yeah, if you couldn't stub stories, you wasn't even considered a real
Right.
MC.
Big, Slick Rick, you know what I mean? Those guys always at the top.
Nas, shit. Even Pac got stories, you know.
Hell, KRS
Rap.
Scarface.
Yeah.
So you know that was one of the criterias for being a MC and everything like that. So it's just like the way he just came on the beat, the flow throughout the whole thing, it didn't feel like too much, and then just kind of once you go back and look at the lyrics and see what he's saying and everything, and just speaking on that story, it's so much of a throwback. It's like soup, like homemade food or something like that. It just feels good.
Soul food. Yep.
Yeah, it just feels so good to you. J-Hope too. I love J-Hope's flow. God, like just kind of like swagging out and everything, talking about using credit cards or whatever. So it's so dope to kind of see the
His flow and dynamic changed it up a bit. It didn't.
I like how all three of them had their different flows and
It
they
felt
used
like
this.
better, like my stomach hurting, my shit growling right now. Let me get in this booth.
And then so rap line, each of them got different flows and kind of different vibes and everything that they doing. And then the vocal line, they each get the same lyrics, but they all singing in a different way and everything. V's was very cool and kind of icy. Jen was a little bit more passionate. Then you get Jimin, who does his part is more pleading, and I think it played well because it comes on after the verse. I think all their verses, all their choral parts played so well after each member that they went after and everything, just kind of the delivery. And then you get JK at the end and who just sums it all up, who does everything that all the first three did.
And I know when we get into the live, JK probably gonna be doing a lot of like those double-ins too, probably for anybody. But nah, I like this too because this also felt like it was given like cypher energy, and we had made comments early on just like, why don't do this, or they give you one of these. It seems like every album where people be kind of back on like they rap shit and everything. But this also felt very universal. Like sometimes I told y'all I love kind of struggle rap. I feel like that's kind of outside of storytelling rap, that's kind of, I don't want to say the bare bones of like some of what hip hop is and stuff like that. But most of your spitters normally come from poverty and normally have a story to tell, from a rags to riches story. Right. And with that being said, it's just something gritty that feels so hip hop about people just not being able to succeed early on and having to watch other people eat and feeling like people was eating off your plate, or you better than people and not getting the look. And I had to, work hard, and we was sweating on the third floor. You know what I mean? The room smelled like us from just being in there working, but we grinded it out. And now I want to swipe them credit cards and do.
He said he felt like they was being used like a credit card. That's what's even crazier, that you felt that way.
Said, like the room smelled like us. I took it as we've been here so long.
Yeah,
we watched the older second gens kind of come and go, and now we're here and we're still here working. So when is it our turn to move on and move up and move out? But meanwhile, we've been here so long, and now this smells like us. We can go back now, and this is our scent. Like nobody else, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying?
No, I had that. It's just also like they've talked about them, like not the struggles, but just them all having to share one room before, and what they had to go through with all the stuff or whatever. Remember the fly situation and everything, and now stuff is even more funny because we knew how Arm was during that time. Yeah. Like, who the fuck is making noise at 3 in the morning?
For real,
you know we supposed to got a dance practice at 7. JK, I know that's you. He's like, I just was trying to kill a fly.
I know. But with this, man, this is the song. These are those songs that make albums feel like movies, or feel like a complete story and everything. With what we know about YALL being the most beautiful moment in life, and just kind of everything they're talking about, they're going through the emotions and feelings of love and everything with songs, or just being alone with songs like I Need You and Run, and then Love Is Not Over, House of Cards. You get all of that. You get the romance, then you get like the kind of fly songs like Dope and Fire. You get the shit talking on Batsay, which is, we haven't actually done a color code for that too. But it's basically a diss to boomers. So, but it's a bop. You know what I'm saying? So you get all of that stuff, these young men's emotions, and then moving on, growing up. This is like a perfect song kind of just put on that album.
To jump back to your point, it's so funny that early on, like, it was so many kind of K-rappers seemed so against what BTS had going on with themselves, especially as far as like, y'all from the street, y'all should know to never be with idols and doing everything. They in the booth more than all these rappers, man. And I told you, I respect people just going in the booth as opposed to kind of just shit talking out loud or on Twitter?
But I think that's different because I think so like if we underground rappers and underground rappers don't do idol systems, there's an exclusivity there. But the moment that I say, hey, I'm about to join the idol system, now I have an opportunity to take what was exclusive and a crab barrel, market. I can give it to the world. And
I feel like we're being lied to.
Yeah.
Though I feel like we're being lied to because people said that, and then we watch shit like For the Love of Money shows, and half the niggas that be auditioning are idols or went farther into the show. Most of the idols that stop rapping can jump instantly in K-hip hop and do stuff.
Was that after?
It might be a precursor.
I was gonna say a lot of this stuff is. Remember,
they might have seen that and be like, okay, well this can.
Because Jake Park is a K-hip hop guy. He could do any song with an idol and it's fine.
But see, the difference is over there how serious like they take certain shit. Excuse me. You want to cut here? Or?
No, you.
Oh shit. But yeah, you see how serious like they took stuff. We did have moments in hip hop where some shit was seen as selling out. Or like an artist is doing shit. Like I said, we always talk about like how Diddy. A lot of people did not fuck with Diddy. A lot of people still don't fuck with Diddy. But a lot of people didn't like what Diddy was doing. Is his way of producing and making songs. Basically, and subsequently they were mad at Biggie too, talking about Ready to Die was such a gritty hardcore hip hop album. Then you come talking all this player shit and Versace and Champagne. You hear it in those mad rappers because they talking about how a lot of rappers was talking about them and stuff like that.
Yeah, now Wu-Tang Clan and certain people were just deliberately talking about Biggie, RZA and Ghostface and all them are definitely just on shit talking. But you know what's crazy about good music? It beats out anything else.
Yeah,
so niggas can say whatever.
And all my point was just to say that.
Like if I'm not struggling, why the fuck am I going to do struggle bars?
Yeah. My point was just to say like how over there, they got hip hop later than we did. Mm-hmm. So they're probably looking at it like, this is it. This is my lifestyle. This is who I am. This is how I have to be. So the rules is
from the 90s to 05 was our like authentic years or like the years where it's certain shit. Theirs might have been from 2000 to 2014, and that was cool. That was
but I don't think it was just that either, because when you talk about doing an idol group, you wearing ascots and frilly shirts and you're wearing makeup, which is something that I don't even think in those times or even anything after would be kind of like, oh, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like,
as crazy as they
RZA was doing that when he was first saying,
no. So you can look at like Dre and for your money RZA, but that was like 80s. You know what I mean? Like everything was wild at that time.
Everybody was
Cash was wearing like fishnet shirts and
those were the killers.
Spike bangles and was the hardest niggas on the block.
Yeah. I definitely I respect. I get your opinion.
I think well, and to note for the idol industry and SK pre-BTS or like leading up to that point when they decided to become idols, the only idols with some type of notoriety for rapping or respect for rapping was GD and Top. And then you had guys who were like
rap backgrounds with them too.
Yeah, they from the street too. Nobody would dare say anything to Top. He's known underground. I just think people were scared of him too, but that's another story. And nobody would say anything to GD as well about like them being idols and rapping. But then you had groups like Epic High. You had Tiger JK. You had what's the other Gecko Dynamic Duo and them. You had those guys out there doing their thing as well as probably like some other artists that I'm not too familiar with. But you had them doing their thing. They're like, this is rap. This is hip hop right now. What y'all about to do? No one is thinking y'all not about to be GD and Top. Anybody else going to be an idol, y'all trying to be pretty, y'all just trying to get money. Because you got to look at the other groups that was at the time, like Super Junior, I think EXO had already debuted prior to BTS going and everything. By the time, and I'm just using that Be Free video as like a barometer for the time when people would have been saying that type of shit. Yeah. But
still just weird to me too, because like they BTS, even when Bang was talking about like the conception and what the idea was for them, never sounded like it was gonna be your standard run-of-the-mill idol group.
They was based off
of RM in general and Suge, and then got J-Hope and shit. So essentially, at first it was a hip hop idol group, and we've seen other groups too, and that's kind of why I keep saying wasn't Zico with B Block?
Block B, yeah.
Block B. Another big K idol group, and Zico was one of kind of the lead niggas in K hip hop. So it's like I said, maybe the aesthetic and the time changed. I just find it weird now how accepting like K-hip hop is to idols now, and I not think you should frown your face.
We joke about it all the time. We really like clown Shadow, but we joke about it all the time. But Black Eyed Peas first came out, hip hop group, like soulful.
No matter what era it was, I did not want to hear that shit.
but when they were doing like the R&B hooks, and then Fergie's here, and might as well just bring her onto the group, and she became a major part of it. But because of her popularity, now we have to cater to her. And that's going to change everything that we do now. And now they're kind of like, they would be the equivalent of going underground to now wearing makeup and frilly shirts. Like, you know what I mean? Where you're just kind of like, you're not being taken seriously by the people that you want to be taken seriously by. And now you're kind of just in this middle ground where you're kind of stuck doing the same thing over and over again. Not to say that BTS is stuck because, we already know that they don't really have.
Would y'all rather be doing something you love and 10 people like it, or something that you kind of love and 1 million people fuck with it?
It depends on the person. Some people will be like, yo,
I live for myself, man. I do what I want to do.
And I'll preface that to say I don't feel like nothing that they're doing ain't nothing that they don't want to do neither. So I asked the question. I really should have amended it, but I just kind of wanted your first initial.
But yes and no. I'll say yes and no because they'll do stuff and they might get stuck in that time frame. So it seemed like they were really anxious to get out of that permission to dance frame. So if they would have done 4 more songs, then would it have been something that they wanted to do? Probably not. But you know what I mean? It would have been demanded to do so if that was the situation.
I don't think it was just the song, song in particular. I just think it just was each other just wanting to get shit off their chest and just, doing everything. Especially if you, in 2019, we're not going to go into a long spiel, but in 2019, if you knew how the group felt, y'all had mega success doing something, y'all know my logic, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So if you damn, we just did a song, it was a feel-good joint. That shit is our biggest song. We got fucking 4 million more people just join our fandom. What the fuck is we about to do? Y'all was about to, you wanted to do your solo joint, you was about to dip, you was thinking about the army. Damn, we kind of got to do more. You do Butter, and it's just damn, they fucking with this joint too. Our second Grammy, another #1 in America by ourselves. This shit crazy. Damn, but I kind of want to do our stuff. I talked to Ed Sheeran. This thing got another song for us. Yo, man, fuck it, yo. Let's do this joint, yo. We about to run the table, yo. We about to do a concert in SK. We gonna go do the LA joint, and we gonna go to Vegas and run the table and shit. I can see you being tired from that. You know what I mean? I don't think that's particularly just the songs.
Especially if that's not something, because majority, say it's a majority rules type of thing. I could not want to do something. It's kind of like that all the time. We get up here, I'll think a certain way or don't like something, and then everybody else does or whatever like that. And as a group, we move forward or whatever. It's not like we can do a hung jury thing. We're Lo doesn't like this shit, so we got to come back and come to some type of conclusion.
You're talking where everybody just says yes.
Yeah, so and you can kind of see that with the festival, like I said.
Especially because certain members definitely are more so.
What I was getting from V was I was ready to drop my shit. I was ready to get my stuff out there.
You still ain't get it yet, V.
You know what I'm saying? Well, I guess they got the timeline now and everything, but. You definitely get that energy that some people was bro, I've been ready to kind of do my thing, and clearly, because look, J-Hope dropped his, he had dropped Hope World 2018 and everything.
JK did his single a month after that. J-Hope shit dropped almost a month and a half after.
He was ready to
RM Joe dropped a couple months after. Jen had Astronaut. People was gymming in studios with Ariana Grande producers. V shit done already, threw half of it out or whatever, and got more shit to do.
Yeah.
So people was on their shit, and I think some of them might have had stuff in the tuck since 2019, and just refining certain things.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too. I think a lot of them have songs where they were feeling maybe frustrated and don't want that frustration to kind of be put on wax and revealed out to the world, so they went back into the booth, listen to it.
I want to feel that pain.
Well, not everybody wants to give off that perception.
RM did.
RM did, but RM is in a different spot. He could probably put it out a little different to where it might be more digestible as opposed to maybe V, who just might come out and just be, you know what I mean?
More blunt or
right. So go in, okay, I'm not really feeling this way anymore. Let me X this song out. I'm still feeling this way. This shit gonna stay. This one can go. I can tweak this one. You know what I mean?
Because we've seen everyone's pen without RM. Right. So it's not like I think anybody can't put shit together. I do agree with some stuff maybe being a little too raw, where you might reread the lyrics, especially my writing style, when I write, is just get it on the paper, and then you kind of can refine and do shit as you kind of go back, because I think I said it earlier, ironically, at the meeting and shit like that. Your first draft shouldn't be your first draft, at least when it comes to script writing. Your final draft is probably like 19 or 20 renditions of something that you did already. With music and their pen, I'm not sure how raw some people's writing is, where it might be like, you know, like, I tried my best for these fans. Fuck them right now. I'm going through it. And then, you know, Army might look at that like, yo, bro, nah, bro. Army don't need to hear that.
Not right now. You got the wrong Army.
Yeah.
Last 10 words.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, change it up and shit.
Yeah. It's cool for me, but don't put this out to the world.
Are you saying some of them need the group more than others?
Nah, I'm not at all. But ain't nothing wrong when you have people as experienced as RM and Suge with songwriting that have over 400 or 500 songs under their belt. If I might think I'm the best writer in the world. If fucking Martin Scorsese or somebody or Christopher Nolan want to look over my work and shit like that, I'm gonna give it to them and just kind of, you know, take it as is. It's just like, you know, y'all know what y'all doing. I'm a professional too and shit, but it's just like, I'm not gonna mind you looking at it and shit. You do sound real good. If Hans Zimmer group, you know what I mean?
You say I can't do nothing with this shit. Go back and get better
I'm trying to
quality.
make it like relevant to us in a way. Like Nick, he would be like, "Your shot is cool." I'd be like, "No, I still want you to come look at it real quick because you're good at this. Like you know, you're experienced at this."
And that should normally be like, I trust you.
Yeah, but I still want Nick to look over it real quick, just because of the experience. He has more experience than me in that field.
Yeah, sometimes, like you said, especially when you have that certain rapport, it should just be like, yeah, this shit cool, but like, from what we did before, if I adjust it or do this, or play with this, or make it this way, it'll be a better track. And especially when it's music like this, because Indigo just was so kind of like straightforward, and Jack in the Box was just almost like something that, I guess me personally, I didn't expect it to be that way. And when you get both those pieces, they were both kind of jumping out as artists. We knew that before, but I think more so for the world now, people just like, oh shit, like
Jack in the Box felt like multiverse. J Hopeless came out of nowhere. It's just like, yo.
Nah, that's real shit.
So,
And that's my biggest takeaway is when it comes to the solo stuff, I definitely want to start seeing just more of them. Like V in particular, like you said, we saw the Stigma stuff, Singularity. He's a rock star, and he won't be able to kill anything he got going on. Jimin, we don't need to even talk about Lies, Filter, Serendipity.
we about to see him on features now this week.
After seeing like all of their individual,
Be here early for that motherfucking
I'ma be
feature.
there.
You already know what's going on and shit.
after seeing all of their individual like solo
JK's amazing, just in case someone think I didn't mention him.
No, we're past that.
Like, nah, I'm just waiting. What you saying, Jerry?
After listening to all of their individual and solo work, do you think there will be any difficulty coming back to the group?
This will be the biggest comeback ever. I think when you watch the run dance practice and shit, them leaving got them stronger. I feel like they respectfully just kind of was able to go out, focus on things that maybe they thought they needed to strengthen. We didn't watch it yet, but Suga was taking like the hip hop classes for dancing and stuff like that, and just working with other people. I just said Jim was working with other people. We know V been in the cave doing everything that he's doing. JK been all over the place, obviously with
Do you
Dreamer
think
and
they
all
can
that stuff.
outgrow the group?
You said outgrow? I think they got too much love for each other. Yeah. I don't base their actions off anything that I've seen with Western artists.
Because what if they do come back together and it's like, man, I should just stay solo.
Well, no, I think that's.
I don't think that's gonna
That's the
happen.
reason for the solo songs now. They're trying to get everything off their chest that they want to get off.
Child members going to the military and stuff.
Almost like so many Royal Oats. You know what I mean? Go out there, fuck the world, figuratively, and then come back and then we handle business here as a group.
Have you ever had a job or been in certain like schools where everything was good there? You didn't actually mind going in or anything like that? I know sometimes people be like, "Fuck, man, I hated every job I ever did." But some situations it'd be cool as shit to go in.
People, yeah, I'm like scaring people. Haunted house.
You always talk about how hype you was going to work there and shit like that. So
Hilarious.
even if you Ubering and doing a different job, is it still kind of fun to go back there and just scare people with other people?
I was gonna say Uber is probably my favorite thing I've ever done, like as a profession.
You probably feel like your own boss, clock off and do
Yeah.
everything you want to
I
yourself.
can eat whatever I want today. If I feel like going to New York today, I can. If I feel like going to Maryland, I can. Eating in that area, Jersey, however have it. The people I meet. I met some like really dope people. I had a conversation with a stranger.
It's like a movie.
Yeah, but I had a conversation with somebody. It was a 40-minute ride. I had a conversation with somebody that changed my perspective on so much shit, and everything just kind of like ended up spilling like a lot of beans to him. And cause he's an older guy, whatever, like that, as a doctor. And he was just like, "Look, young man, I'm gonna tell you right now. You basically got one life to live. You know, and this is shit I know, but like hearing it from the way he was saying it, is like, look, bro, you gotta make the choices for you. You gotta do the things that's gonna, you know, your happiness and everything like that. You taking care of business. You need to do these things. Just stuff like that is what makes me like doing Ubering so much or whatever.
It feels good with all his kick knowledge to you.
Yeah, for real. And you know, as someone who ain't had no like no big brother or like actual big brother or whatever like that growing up and stuff, that's still something I appreciate from time to time. I had to be my own person, so a lot of stuff I had to kind of take on myself and kind of do for self and everything and learn on my own and kind of go through life kind of like that, which is kind of like why I am the way I am and stuff. So it's very telling. And to tie this in with this, just moving on from, you know, past thought processes and how you were thinking about things and how you were acting and how you were doing things. When you look back, it feels like this. Like, damn, bro. Hey, yo, Nick, remember we was on Fairhill? Like, we was shooting at the park and shit?
Good times and shit.
Remember we was shooting at the farm and shit? Like,
more good times.
actually, me and you got one farther back. Remember we was shooting under the bridge?
Shooting under the bridge in the school in the projects.
Yeah.
In the bottom.
Yeah, like that's so, you know, those type of things. Like I said, this song that just really makes the album feel like a movie to me. Especially when you watching like I Need You and Run and then all the other stuff on that album. It's so cinematic. And I think, like I said, I feel like the group was at peak cohesion.
Reese Stanley is dead plays in my head every day.
Not that part necessarily. J-Hope popping the Yerkes and then passing out on the bridge.
I think Suge set the room on fire.
Sitting there.
Some of those moments play for me.
Like, okay, them parking the truck in the tunnel and then just assaulting people's cars.
Is that Hope that passed out on the bridge?
Yeah,
after the Yerkes?
Yeah. Broad daylight. I was like, okay, J-Hope was. No, there was the signs. The signs was there for Jack in the Box. We just never paid attention. J-Hope press.
No, I'm good. Anything else y'all wanted to talk about with this show?
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah, jump in the comments, man. Tell us how y'all felt about this. Like I said, these ones that kind of feel like nostalgia, at least in my opinion, are always going to kind of get like this response from most of us, especially all of us up here. I think we have like a giant knowledge of hip hop just in general with all of us up here. So this is going to be kind of like those, oh my God, like those Leo moments and shit. But jump in here and tell us if y'all felt like those nostalgia moments. I know some people like literally kind of only listen to BTS when it's rap stuff. So I do like to hear y'all opinion as well, like on like what type of vibes or feels y'all kind of got from this stuff and what y'all were able to pull from. With that being said, also jump on the Patreon. We're going to get into the live version of this. I can't kind of wait to see like the energy. I know Rap Line going to carry and just kind of give like that certain swag. But we love you guys. More decent stuff coming on the YouTube, John. Holla at y'all. Peace.
Bye.
Smoothies.
Hey, yo, Sugar.
Hey, yo, Shucks.